What's going on, everybody? My name is Darren Wong and I represent the Kinjas, and welcome to my beginner hip hop dance class where I teach you the basic moves, grooves, and concepts you need to know in order to freestyle or learn choreography. But before we jump into that, if you would like to take your dancing to the next level and get some one-on-one training with me personally, you could do that by applying to be one of my personal clients online by going to that description box over there and click on the link in the description box. So with that said, again, if you want to really try to get some personal training from me, go ahead and click that link. All right, so let us jump into this, shall we? Okay, so last video I did, we were covering just the ball change. So again, just working on the footwork, all we were doing was working on that basic ball change. So hopefully you understood that. If you didn't see that one, go ahead and check that one out in the previous video that I did. So from here, now we wanna understand, okay, we have the basic movement with the footwork, what else can we do with it? So one thing we can do with it is we can add one of our grooves to it, okay? So today we're gonna focus on what we call the down groove, which is, if you ever listen to music and you tend to nod down to the music, you're actually doing a down groove. And if you're the opposite and you nod up to the music and you kind of hit the top of your head to the music, then you're doing up groove, okay? So today we're gonna focus on dropping down to the beat, just because it's a little bit more natural to do that. Okay, so going back to our basic step, okay? So again, this all comes from that basic crossover step, right? So in our head, we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So since we are dropping our feet on our whole counts, the down groove, we are actually dropping our body to the beat on the whole count as well, okay? So if I was doing this without the step, in my head, I want to be dropping my body down on 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, okay? So just to kind of cover this, just to give you a little crash course in the down groove, when I'm doing the down groove, I want to keep my weight mostly in my heels and my midfoot, okay? So if you ever feel like you're putting a lot of weight in your toes and you're doing this and you're getting a lot of calf exercise, all I want you to do is take your upper body and lean back slightly. So again, you're feeling all the weight mostly in your heels and your midfoot, and then now you want to think about hitting your knees to the beat, so touching your knees to the beat versus sticking your butt out and dropping into a chair, okay? So again, I'm trying to hit the knees to the beat, which will cause my pelvis to kind of do this versus trying to sit in a chair, okay? So that's your little crash course in the down groove, okay? So now how do we apply this to our crossover step, right? So since we understand that each time I'm stepping is a whole count, I want my body to go down, okay? So like I mentioned in my previous video, every time I step, I want to put my weight towards that leg, right? So since I'm putting my weight towards my left leg, that means my left leg by itself is doing a left down groove, okay? So I'm going down with my left, and then as I come back up, that's my reset because it's my and count. And then from here, I'm gonna drop down into another down groove, okay? So for now, I'm trying to groove every single count. Later, you can get into choosing when you want to groove, okay? So since I just stepped together, I want to do a down groove here, okay? So just that much. So starting with my left, I'm going down groove with my left, come up, and then down groove with both my feet. So while I come down with both my feet, I'm already kind of anticipating that I need to cross over with my right. So I'm gonna keep my weight on my left. So like I mentioned earlier in my last video is I want to always keep the weight on the opposite leg that I want to move, right? So if I want to move my right leg, I wanna keep my weight on my left leg, okay? So since we're over here, now it's our right leg's turn to go, right? So I'm gonna put my weight in my right leg, feel that groove with my right leg, and then from here, I'm gonna come over and do a groove here. And again, since we're gonna repeat, I wanna keep my weight on my right just so I can cross over with my left. Okay, so let's just try that. So 5, 6, 7, left leg first. This goes left, and then together, and then right, and then together. So this time when we do it, I'll kind of explain where our weight should be, okay? So think of it as like you're doing 2 single leg down grooves before you switch to the other leg, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes left leg stay on your left, right leg stay on your right, left leg stay on your left, right leg stay on your right. Okay, so if you didn't see our legs or you saw nothing from our waist down, it would almost look like we're just constantly doing this, and we just so happen to be walking to each side, okay? So let's try that for an 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going left, together, right, together, left, together, right, together. Okay, so that is our basic core crossover step. Okay, so how do we make this fancier with our ball change? So like we mentioned last time, our ball change is happening on the and 1, right? So now all we have to do is we want to just stay up on that and, because it's kind of like our prep. Okay, you want to think you're not changing your level there. All you're doing is you're changing your feet, and then I'm dropping into it 1, and then I come back down 2. Okay, so the tricky part is going to be getting over to the other side a little bit faster. Okay, so on your and count, technically I am coming up, but at the same time I'm coming up, I want to already start that step behind, right? So Since without the groove, we already understand stepping behind with our left is the next move. As I come up from this groove, I want to go left, so it's already behind, and then I go down, and then down again. Okay, so let's start over here again. I'm going to go up, down, down, switch, down, down. Okay, so super slow. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and down, down, switch, down, down. Okay, so the only reason, again, we're starting our ball change already is because that's happening on our and count, right? So we want to already come up, which is causing us to step into our next move. Okay, so let's say we're over here now. Okay, so we're already down here. So now we want to repeat the process and start going over here. So that means as I stand up, I want to start with my right leg back. So I'm going right, then I step down, down. Okay, so since I'm down over here, again, standing up with my left, left, and then I come down, down. Okay, so you want to think and down, down, and down, down. So in your head, just kind of picture like, I guess like the bouncing ball going over it. So I'm going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Okay, here we go. So 5, 6, 7, 8, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Okay, so if you are confused about this, go back to your basics, right? If the bounce is kind of confusing, just go back to your right, left, right, left, right, and understand that tempo. And then you want to think the only thing that's changing is we're adding a down groove for our whole counts, which is this step and this step. Okay, so always go back to your basics, and then you can always just add on top of that. So let's try that again. So 5, 6, 7, 8, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Okay, so that is one way we can approach it. Later, you can kind of mess around with it where you kind of decide where you want to do the down groove, okay? So you could do the down groove on the 1, or you could even do it on a 2. So for instance, I could go and 1, pause, and 1, pause, and 1, pause, and 1, pause. Okay, so that's one way I could approach it. The other way I could approach it is I could go down on the 2. So this would be and, oh sorry, this would be and up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up, down. Okay, so it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. But for now, we're gonna try to bounce each time because that's what's really gonna train you to get your basics in. Okay, so let's try this with music, shall we? Here we go. Sup, Johnny? Practice makes perfect, my friend. Here we go. So we'll go basic step first. Okay, so basic step first, just adding the groove. So again, our basic step is just cross, and cross, and cross, and cross. Okay, so now I'm gonna add that down groove each count. So that beat you hear, that boom, cat, boom, cat. That's kind of the rhythm we're following, even though the music cut out, but that's kind of the rhythm that we're following, okay? Here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going down, 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 down. So again, notice that I'm dropping each time that beat comes in, and now I'm just adding steps to it. Okay, so let's try it again. So 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going down, 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 down. Good, so now you wanna try to add that ball change, right? So in your head, without the groove, I'm still thinking, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. So when the beat comes in, that's when we wanna start dropping into, and boom, cat, and boom, cat, and boom, cat, and boom, cat. Okay, here we go. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 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 and 1, 2. Good. So again, if that's crazy, just always go back to your basics of just your steps, right? Step, 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 step. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me turn it down a bit. Of course, Angela. Thanks for joining. Okay, cool. So now that we have our basics, right? So again, with that one step, now we can change it in any direction that we want, right? So again, like I mentioned in my last video, again, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check that out. But now instead of thinking I have to go side to side, right? Now I can kind of choose what direction I want, okay? So the two directions we worked on was going forward and back. So the only thing that changes now is I'm just taking a step forward versus taking a step to the side, okay? So in my head, going back to basics, I'm still going forward with my left, together, forward my right, together, forward left, forward right, okay? But now I want to add in that ball change plus the groove, okay? So without the groove, I'm going ball change, ball change, ball change, ball change, right? But now we know, since we're still doing the same exact move we just did, we want to be dropping on each whole count, okay? So, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Here we go. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and drop, drop, and drop, drop, and drop, drop, and drop, drop. Okay, so we can do the same thing going backwards. So again, going backwards is a little bit weird for most people, but you want to think it's okay to turn away from the front, right? And we always, as dancers, we're always like stuck facing the front, but just know like we want to be able to interact with everyone around us, right? So going off of what I said last time, your toes kind of determine where our body turns, right? It's very hard to like turn our feet and not turn our body, and it feels a little weird. So as I wanted to go backwards, I want to kind of turn my toes towards that direction, okay? So for example, if I want to cross over my left, I'll turn back this way, and I'll turn back to the front. Cross back this way, turn back to the front, right? So, but now we want to add in that little ball change. So 5, 6, 7, 8, ball change, and ball change, and ball change, and ball change. And, okay, so let's try going forward and backwards. Here we go. So 5, 6, 7, 8, right, left, and left, right, and right, left, and to the back. Here we go. Right, left, and left, right, and right, left, and left, right, back. Okay, so again, if the groove is confusing, that is the main thing we're working on today, but again, just go back to your basics, right? If that's super confusing, just get the steps down. Right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. And if that's confusing, then work on just your basics. Cross together, right? There's always one way or another that you always go back to your basics to make it a little bit easier, okay? So we're gonna try going forward and back with the music, shall we? Oh yeah, here we go. Here you go. And 5, 6, 7 to the front. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Going backwards. Turn your body. Turn your body. Turn your body. Turn your body. Okay, let's try again. 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back. Good. Okay, so now you want to focus on how can you freestyle with it, right? So now we have our side to side, we have our forward and back, and we also have the ones where we get to keep doing it on our right leg, right? Right, and right, and right. Or I could go left and left, right? So now it's just a matter of like, okay, maybe I want to go backwards, but maybe I only want to use my right. Maybe I want to go forward, right? So now I'm just switching between these ones, and even you could even throw in your basic ones, right? Just trying to keep that tempo going, but notice no matter what I do with my feet, it always looks like I'm bobbing down, right? Finding that natural down groove rhythm. Okay, so let's go. Let's freestyle. Try not to copy me, but try to just kind of feel it out. Here you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, change, ball change. This is a basic. Basic, I'm just gonna use my right. This is my left. Maybe I'll turn around. Turn around all the way. All right, and now I'm just using each move and keeping that groove going. Okay, good. Alrighty, okay, so like I said, I always just focus on one basic movement each time, right? So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that the key takeaway that you're focusing on is really just understanding that basic down groove and not forgetting that we have our cool step to go with it now, okay? So always just make sure you're focusing on, okay, what's the basics of it? The basics of it is like crossing over with my foot, I'm coming together. Crossing over, coming together. Okay, what's after that? Okay, after that, I wanna be balancing and switching my feet, right, right, left, or I'm going left, right. And then you want to think, okay, well now I know I have both of those, so combining them, right, left, over, left, right, over. And then the final thing is, when am I grooving? I'm grooving on my whole counts, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is just for the down groove. If it was an up groove, then I'd be coming up, up. Okay, so we'll cover that in a future lesson. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini class. Again, if you want to take your dancing to the next level and you want some personal training with me, you can do that by clicking the link in the description box below. Just apply, I'll look at your application, and then we'll see if we can work together. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this class and have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day. Peace, Kinja Bang.